Emirates has announced that flights to South Africa will remain suspended until the 10th of next month. This is in accordance with government directives on international travel under the current lockdown. eNCA's business editor, Devon Murugan, joins us. So, Devon, we're still very much restricted in terms of air travel, right?
Yeah, well, under the current lockdown conditions, we are. And so the Middle East, Jane, is a significant gateway to the world for South Africans at the moment. And there's a long list of disrupted international routes for South Africa, as you say. Emirates, British Airways, Qantas, KLM, among those who have held their flights at the moment. But Qatar Airways have actually increased their flights. And I want to bring in Chief Commercial Officer at Qatar Airways, Thierry Antinori. He joins us now from Doha in Qatar. Mr. Antinori, thanks very much indeed for talking to us. I suppose let me start with your move to increase your flight frequency in and out South Africa at a time when many are banning flights. Why is this?
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be with you this morning. Greetings from Doha. It's just about responsibility. We are here, Qatar Airways, as a global multi-network airline with a responsibility to the market. And you are not only there when the sun is shining. You have to be there also in the most difficult most difficult times available for the people, for the trade. And we are proud to fulfill our commitment. And it involves our political responsibility, commitment to the authorities that will safely and efficiently transport their citizens from South Africa to the world and back. And we are conscious of our economic responsibilities, and this involves responsibilities about jobs, keeping the international aviation economic machine alive, and ensuring that South African families remain connected, that South African people can resume their job and occupation internationally, and also that the trade, the travel consultants, the travel agencies, the domestic businesses related to aviation can still continue to work. That's why we are doing that. It's a kind of mindset and DNA at Qatar Airways. It's our mission. We fulfill our mission. To be also very honest with you, we can afford to do that. Because we have a very, very unparalleled experience in terms of biosafety management at Qatar Airways. As you know, we have never stopped to fly during the pandemic since March 11, 2020. And it gave us an unparalleled experience to cope with the best technologies and the best procedures and to have a very safe operations. And Qatar Airways, for instance, this fact has been the first global airline in the world to have got a 5-star COVID safety rating.
And I want to come in there for
the only airport, sorry, it's very important for you, the only airport in the Middle East having also this 5-star rating is Qatar Airways in Hamad International Airport in Doha. It's the only airport in Asia and the Middle East that is rating.
I want to come in there for a moment, but I mean, you know, it's still puzzling that so many of these airlines, and we've just seen Emirates extend its ban into South Africa because of the apprehension probably around what's been happening with the virus at the moment. I mean, of course, there must be something in the airline industry that you feel positive about not to implement that ban in South Africa. And I would also see that you are getting into agreements with our domestic airlines. Mango, for example, we're paying one fare with only one ticket being issued for both airlines. That's a strategy you're embarking on. You're also in a relationship with Chem Air. You know, what's the purpose for that? Because it might turn out to be a good footing for tourists when things do open up here.
Yes, I think based on our resilience, operational resilience and operation standard and obligation and aeropolitical responsibility and commitment to South Africa, we are very proud to operate these 25 flights here and to be there 24/7. And part of the approach is to increase the connectivity with the local players, including local airlines. And we strongly believe in the potential of South Africa also after the rebound. Your economy is the #1 economy in Africa. Africa is very strategic for Qatar Airways. And like in the past, but more than in the past, we will be there. And I think tomorrow, the corridor to travel worldwide from South Africa will become Doha International Airport, because Qatar Airways At today, 24, this morning, 24 more destinations worldwide that the biggest competitors of us. And we have 30% more frequencies. We have more cities open to the US, to Europe, and to Asia than any other Middle East. So the corridor is Doha, and the lifeline is Doha today, and the corridor will be the Doha tomorrow. And it's working with the local partnerships. You have good airlines in South Africa. Your country has a very good potential and in incoming tourism, and Qatar Airways will be there with our team.
I want to ask you, you would have been following the challenges that we are having with our state airline, South African Airways. Have you been approached for any type of involvement with our national carrier as it tries to step up its game again?
No, we are following our own strategy, and in Africa we have a shareholding coming with Rwanda Air. Nevertheless, we follow with interest around South African Airways. It's part of the economic and tourism infrastructure of South Africa, so we follow that with interest. But our strategy is to go there and to partner with other local airlines. So rather than to be part of the rebound of the airline, but I really think and hope everything will go good, because strong South Africa is good for Africa, and at Qatar Airways we know that Africa is a very strategic continent. The mass, the superficie of Africa is more than China, India, Europe and US combined. The population is growing. And there is no strong and successful strategy for Qatar Airways in Africa without being successful in South Africa.
So I just want to very final question before I let you go, just to clear up. You haven't been approached to be an equity partner in the restructure of South African Airways, have you?
According to my knowledge, we are not able to follow our strategy with it.
All right, we seem to have lost you in the end there, but very insightful info coming from you there, the Chief Operations Officer at Qatar Airways, Thierry Antinori, there talking to us. Thanks very much indeed for your time, sir.